Hey, Real Green Ninja here. Today I want to talk about how to filter by and export out to Routing Assistant and what the difference between them are. So let's begin. Pretty much Routing Assistant, as the people that have it already know, is when you're taking and you're putting something to a map. So for example, you're pulling your invoices, you say, hey, these are the push pins of the areas that we can possibly do, and then grab the people that we want to do. If you don't have Routing Assistant, then you may want to talk to sales because honestly, in my personal opinion, Routing Assistant makes life so much easier. Again, some companies, they want to have like the sequence numbers and all that stuff. But like I said, for me, it's easier. Say, hey, throw everyone you could possibly do onto a map, grab those people. But as I was saying, today we're going to talk about how to filter by as well as how to export out to Routing Assistant using reports. So let's say, for example, we come up here and we go and want to run a customer list. And as with any report that I go into that I'm not 100% sure how it was ran last time, I like to reset the screen. All right. I'm going to set my criteria, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and preview the report. Because again, I want to make sure I'm grabbing the right group of people in the first place that we could possibly be. And you'll see I have a total of 53 customers on this list. Now, when I want to select people based upon geographical location or where they show up on the map, what I can do now is I can go to Options. And then under here, on this lower section, I can tell to filter by Routing Assistant. When I click OK here and click OK here, it's going to take all the people that could possibly show up on the report, and it's going to throw them on the map. Now, if you have used the Routing Assistant before with your invoices, it's pretty much the same thing. We're going to select who we want to be on this report as opposed to who we want to do the work for. So I can move the map around using the little arrows here. I can also grab people either using the freeform or the square selection tool. So I'm going to come in here, center my map a little bit, zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's say I want to have the output of the report to be this group of people. I'm going to select my drawing tool, and again, I like to prefer the freeform because I can kind of get between people and stuff like that. And anybody that's on this list over on the left-hand side of the report are the people that are going to be on the report now. So remember, we had the 53 people, but once we put that list over here, we hit done. Now when we go to the final page, instead of being 53, now we only have 42. All right. So again, these are the people that were on that panel on the left-hand side on the list. And then again, those are the people that show up on the report. Now, you can export out to Routing Assistant. And what exporting a Routing Assistant does, it says take all the people that are on the report and throw them on the map. Again, it's a little bit different, slightly different from the filtering, because the filtering is saying we're selecting the people based on map. Export out is saying I want to see where those people show up on the map. So again, reset report criteria. I'm going to leave pretty much everything the same except for I'm going to go to export, and I'm not going to do the filter, but I'm going to export out to Routing Assistant. Click OK, click OK. Now again, it's going to say this is a result of the people that are on that report. Okay, you'll notice I don't have any drawing tools again because again this is an output, not a filter. All right, so like I was saying is you might be doing this for like marketing purpose or something. I might come up here and say I want to grab everyone we could possibly do. A second here, filter by routing. There we go. I say I grab everyone I could possibly do, but then we're going to export those people out to something maybe like prepay letters. Maybe I'm sending my technician or salesperson out to a certain area. I want to print out only people that are in the area. So like I said, I can export out to prepay letter. I click OK. I click OK. It's now going to ask me to filter who do I want to send a letter to. And again, let's say I want to grab it, this area right here. And by the way, I have addresses all over the country. That's why the push pins are all over. I can grab a third person here, from testing or from troubleshooting and stuff. But like I was saying, I'm going to select the people that I want to send out to those prepay letters. I click done. You'll see it tells me the records have been exported. Now when I go into my prepay letters, there we go. You'll see there's those three people. All right. So like I was saying, filter is like any other filter saying I want people with a certain flag code and a certain zip code with something about them, and in this case it's geographical area. The export puts those people on a map as a output or a result. Okay. Now, one thing also to be careful with too is if you do have a large customer base, and it happens, if you do have a large customer base, for example, let's say 20, 30, 40,000 customers, it can take a long time to get those push pins on the map, either through the filter or the export. So what you may do is you may break them down. You may say, okay, customer number 1 to 2,000, or you might even grab certain zip codes, or again, you might want to break it up a little bit just so it doesn't take forever and a half for that map to finally show up. So I hope this helps, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day.